Most people think lifting weights is risky when you are just starting out or getting back into it later in life. But the real danger is not lifting at all. Muscles quietly weaken. Posture slowly collapses. Balance fades without you noticing. And the worst part is, it feels normal. Today, I am going to show you a simple 20-minute strength routine that can change the direction completely. Stay with me, because one small adjustment near the end can make every single exercise twice as effective, and most people never learn it. Have you ever wondered why some people train consistently but never seem to get stronger? It is not because they lack effort. It is usually because they rush through movements without control. Trainers suggest that controlled strength training builds not just muscle, but coordination, stability, and confidence. And that is exactly what this workout is designed to do. Before we move, I want you to understand something important. Strength is not about lifting the heaviest weight in the room. It is about teaching your body to move well under resistance. Experts agree that when you focus on proper form first, progress follows naturally. In a moment, I will show you how to set up your body so every rep actually counts. We are keeping this simple. Just a pair of light dumbbells or even household items like water bottles will work. If you feel steady and confident, you can increase the weight later. But for now, control is your goal. Most people fail here. They choose a weight that challenges their ego instead of their muscles. Choose a load that allows you to move smoothly and breathe normally. We begin with a foundational move, the squat. Stand with your feet about shoulder width apart. Hold your weights close to your chest. Slowly push your hips back as if you were sitting into a chair. Keep your chest tall. Lower down with control, then press through your heels to stand back up. Simple, right? But here is where most people make a hidden mistake. They drop down too quickly and bounce at the bottom. Instead, lower for 3 steady seconds. Pause briefly. Then rise with intention. That slow descent activates more muscle fibers and improves balance. Feel your legs working. Feel your core stabilizing you. This is not just a leg exercise. It is teaching your entire body to move as one unit. Do this for about 10 controlled repetitions. Rest for a few breaths. And here is something many beginners overlook, your breathing pattern. Inhale as you lower. Exhale as you stand. That rhythm keeps you stable and focused. Now, let me ask you something. Have you ever noticed that when your legs feel stronger, daily tasks feel easier? That is because strength carries over into real-life movement. And we are just getting started. Next, we move into a push movement to strengthen your chest, shoulders, and arms. You can do this standing against a wall, on your knees, or in a full push-up position depending on your comfort level. Place your hands slightly wider than shoulder width. Lower your body slowly, keeping your elbows at about a 45-degree angle from your sides. Press back up with control. Here is the mistake most people make with push movements. They let their hips sag or their shoulders shrug toward their ears. Instead, keep your body in one straight line and gently pull your shoulders down and back before each rep. That small adjustment changes everything. It protects your joints and increases muscle engagement. In a moment, I will show you how to combine this cue with the next movement for even better results. Complete 8 to 12 controlled reps. If that feels easy, slow it down more. Time under tension builds strength safely. If it feels challenging, that is good. Trainers suggest stopping 1 or 2 reps before complete fatigue so you maintain good form. Take a short break. Shake out your arms. Roll your shoulders gently. And now we introduce something many people skip, pulling strength. If you only push and never pull, your posture starts to round forward over time. That is why this next exercise is critical. Hold your dumbbells in front of you. Hinge slightly at your hips with a flat back. Pull the weights toward your ribcage, squeezing your shoulder blades together. Lower them slowly. Think about leading with your elbows rather than your hands. This small mental shift activates your back muscles more effectively. Have you ever wondered why so many people complain about tight shoulders? Often, it is not tightness. It is weakness in the upper back. By strengthening this area, you naturally support better posture. Perform 10 steady repetitions. Do not rush. Feel the squeeze between your shoulder blades. We have now covered lower body, pushing, and pulling. But we are not done. In fact, the next piece is what ties everything together. Most people ignore it, and that is exactly why progress stalls. Core stability. Lie on your back with your knees bent and feet flat on the floor. Hold one light weight over your chest. Slowly lift one arm overhead while extending the opposite leg forward, keeping your lower back gently pressed into the floor. Return to center and switch sides. This is a variation of a controlled core movement that trains coordination and balance at the same time. The key here is slow control. If your lower back arches off the floor, reduce the range of motion. Experts agree that quality reps are more important than large movements. Complete 6 to 8 reps per side. At this point, you might be thinking this feels manageable. Good. That is intentional. Sustainable strength comes from consistency, not exhaustion. And in a moment, I will show you how to structure these exercises into a 20-minute flow that builds endurance without overwhelming you. Stand back up and take a breath. Notice how your body already feels warmer and more awake. That is circulation improving. Now we are going to connect these movements into a simple circuit. Squats, push movement, rows, and core control. Perform each exercise for about 45 seconds, rest 30 seconds, then move to the next. Once you complete all 4, rest for 1 minute and repeat the circuit 2 more times. Here is where most people drop off. They start strong in round 1, then rush through rounds 2 and 3. Instead, maintain the same controlled pace each round. Strength is built in the later sets when focus becomes more challenging. But there is still one powerful element missing. And if you skip it, you are leaving results on the table. Should. Good. Because what we are about to add is the difference between simply moving through a workout and actually building lasting strength. Most people treat rest as wasted time. They check their phone. They lose focus. They mentally disconnect. But trainers suggest that rest periods are where adaptation begins. If you control your breathing and posture during recovery, you improve endurance without adding more exercises. And almost nobody does this correctly. After each circuit round, instead of collapsing or pacing around aimlessly, stand tall. Inhale deeply through your nose for 4 seconds. Hold for 2. Exhale slowly through your mouth for 6. Keep your shoulders relaxed. Keep your chest open. This breathing pattern resets your nervous system and prepares you for the next round. By the end of this video, you will know exactly how to use this method to extend your strength gains without extending your workout time. Now, as you move into round 2, I want you to pay attention to something subtle. Fatigue does not start in your muscles. It starts in your focus. Have you ever noticed how form begins to slip when your mind wanders? That is the hidden mistake most people make. They think strength is physical only. It is not. It is awareness under pressure. As you lower into your squat again, slow it down just slightly more than before. Feel your feet gripping the floor. Press evenly through your heels and midfoot. If your knees collapse inward, gently push them outward. That small correction strengthens stabilizing muscles that protect your joints long term. Most people never notice this detail, and that is why progress feels inconsistent. Move into your push movement. This time, before lowering, lightly tighten your core as if preparing to be tapped on the stomach. Not a hard brace. Just enough to feel stable. Lower with control. Press up smoothly. If you feel your shoulders creeping toward your ears, reset your position. Quality over speed. Always. In a moment, I am going to show you how to make the same push exercise easier or harder without changing equipment. That flexibility keeps your training sustainable no matter your starting level. Transition to your rows. Hinge at the hips, flat back, chest proud. Pull the weights toward your lower ribs. Pause for 1 second at the top. That pause is powerful. It forces the back muscles to engage fully instead of relying on momentum. Lower slowly. If you feel strain in your lower back, reduce the weight and focus on form. Experts agree that proper alignment creates better strength results than heavier loads with core control. Now to your core movement again. Extend opposite arm and leg slowly. Imagine balancing a glass of water on your stomach. If it would spill, you are moving too fast. Slow control builds stability that carries into every other exercise. Here is something important. By the end of round 2, you should feel challenged but not overwhelmed. If you are gasping for air, your pace is too fast. If you feel nothing, your control is too loose. There is a middle ground where effort meets precision. That is where strength grows. Rest again. Use your breathing reset. This is where many people quit mentally. They think 2 rounds are enough. But the 3rd round is where confidence is built. And confidence is a muscle too. Have you ever wondered why some people walk into a room with physical presence? It is not about size. It is about posture and control. Strength training, done properly, changes the way you carry yourself. Shoulders sit back naturally. Chin stays level. Movements become deliberate. That shift starts here. As you begin your final round, I want you to focus on tempo. 3 seconds down. 1 second pause. 2 seconds up. That rhythm increases time under tension safely. Trainers suggest that slower tempo work enhances muscle engagement without requiring heavier weights. Most beginners rush through reps and miss this completely. During your squats in this final round, visualize driving the floor away as you stand. That mental cue activates more lower body strength. During your push movement, think about pushing the ground away rather than pushing your body up. Subtle difference, powerful effect. And here is the modification I promised earlier. To make push exercises easier, elevate your hands on a sturdy surface like a bench or table. To make them more challenging, slow the descent further or pause halfway down. You do not always need heavier weights to increase difficulty. Control creates challenge. During rows, squeeze your shoulder blades as if holding a small object between them. That intentional squeeze builds postural strength. In your core movement, extend slightly farther only if you can maintain control. Never sacrifice form for range. By now, your muscles should feel warm and engaged. You're breathing steady but active. That is the sweet spot. Sustainable intensity. But we are still missing one final layer. And this is where most people unknowingly limit their results over weeks and months. It is not about adding more exercises. It is about progression. Have you ever followed a workout for weeks and suddenly stopped seeing improvement? That is because your body adapts. Experts agree that small, gradual changes keep strength increasing. In a moment, I will show you exactly how to progress this 20-minute routine safely so you continue building strength long after today. Before that, complete your final reps with focus. Finish strong, but stay controlled. Remember, strength is built through consistency and patience, not exhaustion and force. Take your final rest. Stand tall. Breathe deeply again. Notice how your body feels more upright than when you started. That is not random. That is activation. Now let's talk about progression, recovery, and the one mindset shift that keeps this routine effective for months. Good, because this is where the routine turns into a long-term system instead of just a single workout. Most people think progress means doing more. More weight. More reps, more exercises. But that mindset is exactly what leads to frustration or inconsistency. Trainers suggest that smart progression is about doing slightly better than last time, not dramatically more. Small increases add up faster than aggressive jumps. Here is how you evolve this 20-minute routine safely. First, increase control before you increase load. If your squats felt steady today, next session slow the lowering phase by 1 extra second. If your push movements felt strong, add a 1-second pause at the bottom. If your rows felt manageable, hold the squeeze at the top just a little longer. These tiny adjustments increase intensity without increasing risk. Have you ever wondered why some people plateau even when they add weight? It is because they lose form as the load goes up. And when form drops, muscle engagement drops too. So before reaching for heavier dumbbells, master tempo and alignment. That is the hidden key most beginners skip. Second, track your reps honestly. If today you completed 10 controlled squats per round, aim for 11 next time while keeping the same pace. If that feels easy, then and only then consider slightly heavier weight. Experts agree that progression should feel challenging but controlled. If your breathing becomes chaotic or your posture collapses, you move too fast. Third, improve range of motion gradually. In your squat, aim to sit a little deeper while keeping your chest tall. In your push movement, lower slightly further with control. In your core exercise, extend your arm and leg a touch longer while maintaining stability. Range increases strength across more movement, which supports everyday tasks. But here is something even more important than progression. Recovery. Most people underestimate recovery. They think results only happen during the workout. In reality, adaptation happens after. That is why spacing this routine 2 to 3 times per week works well for many beginners. It gives your muscles time to adapt and return stronger. On non-training days, light walking, gentle stretching, or mobility work can help maintain movement quality. You do not need extreme routines. Consistency wins. Now let me ask you something. Have you ever skipped workouts because you felt you had to be perfect? That all or nothing thinking destroys progress. If you only have 15 minutes one day, shorten the circuit to 2 rounds. If energy feels lower, reduce the weight but keep the movement pattern. Staying consistent matters more than intensity spikes. There is one final layer that ties everything together. Mindset during each repetition. When you squat, do not just bend your knees. Think about building strong legs that support you every day. When you push, think about developing upper body strength that improves posture. When you row, imagine pulling your shoulders back into alignment. When you stabilize your core, focus on control and balance. Strength is not only physical. It changes how you move through your day. You stand taller. You move with intention. You feel capable. Most people fail not because they cannot do the exercises, but because they underestimate the power of simple routines done consistently. They jump from program to program looking for something new. But experts agree that mastering foundational movements delivers long-term results. And here is the powerful truth. This 20-minute workout works because it respects balance. Lower body. Upper body push. Upper body pull. Core stability. Controlled breathing. Smart progression. That combination builds strength without unnecessary complexity. Have you ever noticed how confidence grows when you keep small promises to yourself? Completing this routine regularly builds that confidence. Each session reinforces discipline. Each rep reinforces control. So here is your simple plan. Perform this workout 2 to 3 times per week. Focus on control. Track small improvements. Prioritize rest and breathing. Adjust gradually. Stay patient. In a few weeks, you will likely notice smoother movement, better posture, and improved endurance. Not because of extreme effort, but because of steady, focused training. The secret is not intensity. It is intention. And if you return to this routine consistently, applying the progression steps we discussed, you will build a foundation of strength that supports everything else you choose to do. If you found this video helpful, make sure to like, share, and subscribe.